The Horn of Africa region contains the largest population of pastoralists in the world. Pastoralist communities in the region are nomadic, live primarily in arid and semi-arid areas, and depend for their livelihood on livestock, cattle, sheep, goats and camels. They rely on access to water and pasture land. Such resources are scarce and under increasing pressure, and the recurring and severe drought and other natural disasters have caused widespread famine, ecological degradation and economic hardship in the Eastern Africa region. Although individual countries have made substantial efforts to address these challenges and received generous support from the international community, the magnitude and extent of the problem required an urgent regional approach to supplement national efforts. This led to the formation of the Intergovernmental Authority on Drought and Desertification, IGAD, with a double D, in 1986, with 6 founding member states: Djibouti, Ethiopia, Kenya, Somalia, Sudan, and Uganda.
The leaders of the Horn of Africa, at that time, I think 30 years ago today, which is 16th of January 1986, through a decree by the United Nations General Assembly, as a result of the occurrence of events at the time and the need to have some kind of collaborative networking, found it fit in their own view to form this organization, so that there could be some kind of relationship and working cooperation among the governments.
It should be noted that Eritrea joined IGAD after splitting from Ethiopia in 1991, bringing IGAD member states to 7. IGAD covers about 5.2 million square kilometers, of which about 70% is classified as arid and semi-arid. IGAD member states have always shown commitment to the organization at the highest level. Heads of state and government summits are regularly held on an ordinary and extraordinary basis, and sometimes on very short notice. The region is further characterized by recurrent droughts and unpredictable rainfall patterns, receiving less than 600 millimeters of rainfall annually. IGAD was revitalized in 1996 as a result of a growing demand for an expanded mandate for the organization to deal with development of the region overall. The Intergovernmental Authority on Drought and Desertification became the Intergovernmental Authority on Development.
The expansion of the IGAD mandate was actually during my time that the revitalization of IGAD was undertaken at the time to boost and to revitalize the mandate of IGAD. And so IGAD was restructured, of course, through consultation of the member states and so forth.
They never dropped the activity of drought and agriculture at all. For IGAD staff, the people working on agriculture and desertification and development, they are more than the people involved in the peace activities. So we didn't drop, and IGAD did not drop the portfolio of having the drought and agriculture and food security at all.
So the name got shorter, but the mandate got bigger. peace and security, economic development, and agriculture, environment, and food security came into the agenda. So the first task for me was to come up with regional projects. So I had to call experts from our region, from all the member states, and ask them within the three areas to come up with projects. And there was a lot of goodwill, new leadership in the member states, vibrant leadership, well accepted by the international community. And the international community, the IGAD Partners Forum, was formed.
The newly formed and youngest nation of the world of South Sudan became the 8th member state of IGAD after gaining independence from Sudan in 2011. IGAD is driven by one vision: to be the premier regional organization for achieving peace, prosperity, and regional integration in the IGAD region. With its mission being to assist and complement the effort of IGAD member states to enhance food security and environment protection, maintain peace and security, and promote economic cooperation and integration. IGAD region is a very dynamic region on the African continent with two recently formed sovereign states. The region faces a number of challenges which also pose a challenge on the operations of the organization. During the 7th Heads of State and Government Summit of 1999, the leaders touched on some of the challenges in their opening remarks.
When the Intergovernmental Authority
Quand
on Development
l'IGAD, quand la charte de l'IGAD a été revitalisée pour comprendre, pour ajouter à son mandat des questions de coopération économique, d'intégration régionale et des préoccupations sociales et économiques, nous avions entrepris de nous attaquer aux questions de développement et de sécurité dans notre région. 3 ans après, il nous paraît que très peu de progrès a été accompli.
L'IGAD est la somme de toutes les parties qui la constituent et il incombe donc à ses membres d'oublier leurs différends du moment et de faire preuve d'engagement et de solidarité envers l'organisation en mettant leurs contributions à jour notamment. Je voudrais encore ajouter, Excellence, que les yeux de la planète sont posés sur nous et que nous devons prouver sans ambiguïté et de manière cohérente et décisive que nous voulons véritablement régler nos problèmes de façon à obtenir un appui vigoureux et toute l'attention de la communauté internationale.
Nous allons poursuivre nos efforts aux États membres de l'IGAD qui ont déployé beaucoup d'efforts pour trouver des solutions aux problèmes de paix et de sécurité pour assurer le développement socio-économique dans la sous-région et dans l'Afrique tout entière.
IGAD celebrated its 30th anniversary on January 16, 2016.
That initially there was a general perception that IGAD must stay small, something which I thought was wrong. So I disagreed with that notion immediately. I came in as IGAD Executive Secretary, basically being a technician, coming from a background where I had to do programs and projects myself. I think that's the premise of which we managed to get the organization to a little bit grow and be able to take on board more and create the necessary capacity that's required to undertake the mandate that we're supposed to undertake.
Today, IGAD is the regional economic community on the African continent running the biggest number of programs and interventions in areas of agriculture and environment, peace and security, and economic cooperation and social development. Among the various projects being carried out by IGAD includes the IGAD Climate Prediction and Application Center, ISPAC. ISPAC is mandated to provide timely climate early warning information to enable the region cope with various risks associated with climate variability. The economic importance and value of livestock in IGAD member states led to the formation of the IGAD Center for Pastoral Areas and Livestock Development, IGPALD. IGPALD is mandated to achieve sustainable development in the arid and semi-arid lands, dry lands, and livestock development in the region. IGAD also adopted the IGAD Sheikh Technical Veterinary School and Reference Center, a well-established tertiary education institution located in Sheikh, Somaliland, with the aim to build capacity of service providers, improving access to education, and promoting economic growth in the IGAD region. Concerned by the severity of drought disasters emergencies in the region and seeking to urgently address this problem in a sustainable manner, IGAD established the IGAD Drought Disaster Resilience and Sustainability Initiative, IDRISI. The IGAD Water Resources Programming aims at strengthening national and regional capacities in the field of water resources management and at the development of regional dialogue and cooperation for sustainable water resources management in the Horn of Africa region. The engagement of NGOs or CSOs within the region is seen as crucial to the implementation of the IGAD Drought Disaster Resilience and Sustainability Initiative, IDRISI, given their importance as key stakeholders in the implementation of natural resource management, livelihood interventions, and other resilience-building initiatives in the region. IGAD signed an agreement with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Denmark in December 2012 to support civil society work on natural resource governance in drylands. The IGAD Regional Civil Society Drylands Facility, CSO Facility, is a pilot phase grant fund that is dispersed to NGOs or CSOs within the IGAD region to implement projects focused on enhancing resilience of pastoralist communities to drought and addressing dryland issues at the grassroots level. The CSO facility currently supports 5 NGOs, 1 in Djibouti, 2 in Kenya, and 2 in Somalia in implementing various dryland resilience projects. Agricultural research undertaken by the Applied Research Component of the Agriculture and Environment Division is a key component of agricultural growth and development and constitutes a major pillar in the Drought Disaster Resilience and Sustainability Initiative and CAADP frameworks. The IGAD Biodiversity Programme, BMP, is in an effort to halt the loss of biodiversity and reversing the degradation of the environment and natural resources in the region, thus contributing to poverty reduction through capacity building and resource management. In order to prevent violent conflict, IGAD established the Conflict Early Warning and Response Mechanism to provide credible, evidence-based early warning information and analysis to timely prevent and mitigate violent conflict. IGAD Security Sector Program was established to build the national capacities of IGAD member states to fight emerging, evolving, and existing transnational security threats while promoting regional security cooperation. The IGAD Office of the Facilitator for Somalia Peace and National Reconciliation's vision is a stable, prosperous Somalia at peace with itself, its neighbors, and the world, driven by its own citizens and representing a dynamic force contributing to the development and integration of the IGAD sub-region and the continent. IGAD South Sudan Office's mandate is to support the overall implementation of the peace agreement at the ground level in South Sudan, to inform decisions of the IGAD political organs and serve as a focal point for all interventions of the IGAD programs in South Sudan. Migration issues at IGAD are addressed within the framework of the Regional Migration Policy Framework, which is derived from the African Union Continental Framework. Its main objective is to ensure the well-being and protection of migrants, including internally displaced people and refugees, and realizing of development potential of migration. The IGAD Ministerial Committee on Health, HIV and AIDS created the Regional HIV and AIDS Partnership Program, ERAP. ERAP has contributed to the reduction of HIV infections and mitigated the social-economic impact of the epidemic in the IGAD region. The IGAD region has seen impressive improvement and development of infrastructure such as construction of Moyale-Isiolo Road section of Nairobi-Addis Ababa Highway and the ongoing construction of the Mombasa-Nairobi section of the Kenya-Uganda Standard Gauge Railway.
I have seen in the last 20 years when I left this place, many organizations formed and they disappear. So it is not easy for organizations, especially where member states are contributing, and you also need the partners to survive the current competition.
I'm very delighted for the progress that I have seen today. You are the core, the Secretariat is the core of IGAD. You are the driving force of the organization. You have to be motivated, very strong, and also think outside the box.
I left IGAD with only 48 personnel, 48.
In fact, today IGAD employs about 200 staff members.
Definitely having more staff, that means the activities are going forward. IGAD is not mushrooming or expanding only on the Secretariat. I have heard that you have many offices or satellite offices in the member states in Ethiopia, Kampala, and Nairobi, and even in Sudan, we have an office with the IGAD flag. So not only horizontally, but actually you are also developing vertically and quality-wise, because there are many new projects going on, and the region really needs. Still, as I usually say, this region is really a very hot spot. We tried our best in the last 30 years with my colleagues and now the current years, but still we have a long way to go because our problems are very severe and difficult. So that doesn't mean that we have to give up.
The Horn of Africa is not only a region whose cultural richness and complexity is unique in the world, but it is also a strategic and still volatile region, a crossroad between the African continent and the Middle East. The challenges and the progress that happen in the IGAD region affect not only this region and the African continent, but do have a strong impact on international security and international developmental dynamics. That is why what IGAD has been doing the last 3 decades is of crucial importance, and that is why IGAD has become an indispensable actor in the region and beyond. That is also why international partners have been supporting politically, technically, and financially what IGAD has been doing. There are common interests at stake, and this is the framework where to build cooperation based on a spirit of partnership and mutual respect.
Member states should show their commitment in strengthening the institutional capacity of the IGAD Secretariat. The IGAD Secretariat should also position itself to coordinate the member states in various activities in a more robust manner. Ethiopia will continue to deliver its unwavering support to the IGAD. Once again, happy 30th anniversary, and I thank you very much.
Happy to be marking 30 years. I'm particularly very happy that I'm in post this time to be able to design these celebrations. We wish our organization all the best. We call upon our member states to be able to do their best over and above what they're doing for their countries, to see this organization and other regional organizations as part and parcel of the development agenda, and to be able to encapsulate more and more of the regional organizations to be able to have common functions and similarities together on more and more. And therefore, we hope that our organization and our region is going to be able to be part and parcel of the entire African continent agenda.
IGAD's presence continues to be felt in the Horn of Africa by looking for more solutions towards improving the political and social economic status through its many programs.